The Dark Knight came out in 2008. Since then, it has become legend, a pivotal piece of the bedrock of modern nerd culture. Not only does it stand atop the mountain of DC films, it has cemented itself as one of the best superhero films of all time. And inevitably, with any mention of The Dark Knight, I must in turn talk about the Joker. Or rather, what this definitive portrayal of the Joker represents, and where I want to overanalyze and insert my own personal canon. It's often said that The Dark Knight is a societal critique or discussion of the landscape after 9/11 and the impact it had on our collective psyches. You know, the surveillance state, the militarization of the police force, all using Batman and the Joker as avatars of two concepts, two warring forces every society must grapple with. Order, rigid, oppressive, pervasive, and chaos, savage, unpredictable, and indiscriminately violent. Caught in between these two factions is society itself and the avatar of courageous hope, of lawful good, of properly greased and maintained institutions championed by a few good men. Harvey Dent. We believe in Harvey Dent, the good guy who doesn't need a gun. Law is a weapon. In a suit and tie with a smile bright enough that we can forget what backs that law up. A threat, a promise, a mandate of sanctioned violence that all power stems from. The only thing the system fears is power, is violence outside of itself. So, in an attempt to strangle it, to achieve capital O order over that which ignores the smiling face of law, force must meet force, escalating until the unlawful or the lawful yields. However, this is an incomplete picture. There is another fear the system has, one it routinely doesn't acknowledge and doesn't truly understand. You see, the only thing more powerful than the system is the thing it's there to protect, the people. Society only exists with order, and order only exists because society wills it so. Enter the Joker. An avatar not of chaos, but of its mother, suffering. It arrives first in sheep's clothing, as criminality, as typical unlawfulness, and next as a direct threat and attack against the thin blue line. The cellular membrane that surrounds the law, that holds it on high above the grasping hands underneath. But even that is smoke and mirrors. As force struggles to keep up, to apply pressure at the proper points, we arrive at a truth. What the Joker represents cannot be beaten or brutalized. In fact, it's tantalized by brute force. It's empowered by it. It encourages it. The Joker can see that wild fire of desperation, of fear, and it's strengthened by it. It's not chaos, not anarchy, but suffering. A thing that cannot be killed or controlled by force, by violence. No, it only intensifies it. It only adds fuel. Chaos isn't a ladder. It's a byproduct of suffering. The black smoke of its raging fire. Chaos is an act, willful and calculated. It doesn't turn society, turn Gotham on its head, but on its side so that the rot underneath can be exposed. So with Batman helpless to stop the Joker from posing the question, they watch for an answer on the bay.
Go.
Either an explosive confirmation or a silent, dark denial. But this doesn't mean they've won. They just haven't been pushed far enough. Suffering, as you know, is like gravity. All it takes is a little push. But we don't fall, we unravel. The Joker doesn't corrupt Harvey Dent and turn him into an agent of chaos or blind chance. He exposes him to suffering and lets that run its course. Listen, does this sound like chaos, or anarchy, or blind chance? No. These strings moan and wail and drag at the bottom of your soul. This is agony. This is anguish and hopelessness. You see, chaos tests force, but ultimately it loses. Suffering doesn't. It's the fever, the rage, the sense of powerlessness that turns good men cruel. The only thing stronger than the unbreakable is the thing with nothing to break. And so they meet at the end, the true final battle, with the future of society hanging in the balance. These three decent men in indecent times. But that sentiment, that hope, that belief in Harvey Dent rings hollow and untrue, because like Gotham, Harvey has two faces, a literal representation of what Gotham could be and what Gotham truly is for some, for those unspared. The Joker turned Gotham on its side and exposed the rot, the burnt and raw flesh, the suffering. In a tragic turn, Harvey has abandoned all will for faith in something he believes is fair, and thus he too has missed the point. Chance is not fair. It's not meritocratic. It doesn't care. Fair is an unnatural concept that does not exist unless we force it to, and we have pretended for far too long that it does. Fair? The truth is, we are all choosing every day to do or do not. If we aren't choosing, if this is all fate, then tell me this: how many coin flips does it take before you have to watch your loved one die in a gutter for no reason at all? So Batman does what is in his power to do. He sacrifices his body for the system, for society. One more body, one more sacrifice on top of all the others. The messenger, the harbinger, the black mirror, the hope of things yet to come, of promises made, of reasons to live or to die. Dent dies in the fire, and then, together, he and Gordon, forced into the tiny gap between a rock and a hard place, make a fateful decision. They preserve the status quo. They strengthen the wall. It was chaos, not suffering. It was a few bad apples, a lone wolf, an outlier, a freak accident, a cry for help, for more conversations about mental health. But there is no fire. The air is safe to breathe. The law is still just for all, and it always has been. If you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you. And even if you're innocent, the toll you've paid was only chance. Everything is fine. They rolled the stone back in front of the tomb where those bones were laid. They throw another parade with more free cake. They tamp down the fire, but the coals are still hot. They know. Eventually, the fuel piles up, and the fire rises.